Hello and welcome back to Into the Pit. If you like my channel, drop me a like below and subscribe for more reviews coming up and some interesting interviews which I'll reveal soon. The mighty Chuck Schuldiner, probably also one of the most influential metal musicians ever, and not only one of the founding fathers of death metal, but also a founding father for gory death metal, technical death metal, you name it. Chuck's done it, and you could see a huge step. Maybe not musically that much, but especially from a guitar solo point of view. I think overall the songs on Spiritual Healing are not that much of a deviation from Leprosy. Maybe they're a bit more structured, slightly bit more technical, but that comes mainly from the lead guitar work, where Chuck hired James Murphy to do the solos on this album, as he was no longer satisfied with the sort of dive bombs and squeals by Rick Ross, which I felt had a place on Leprosy, definitely, and probably would have worked on this as well to an extent. Nevertheless, he got James Murphy in to give this album a more virtuoso lead style feel. It still has Terry Butler and Bill Andrews in the lineup, but also a great album. And I often feel this one falls a bit short in the discography, with people focusing more on their other efforts. But it's a great album. You could see a lyrical change here. There's no longer the death and gore approach. There's more social commentary, and yes, definitely a move away from the typical horror lyrics. This was produced by Scott Burns and Death at Tampa Morrison Studios, of course. And yeah, James Murphy wouldn't stay long. He'd be in this album, and Chuck would reshuffle the lineup for the follow-up, Human, with James Murphy moving on to British band Cancer for an album. And thereafter, I believe, Testament, and also doing his solo band Disincarnate. So, yeah, that's it. As everybody knows, the Death logo changed over time. I think first to disappear with the blood droplets, then the cross started becoming more of a symmetrical cross, then an upside down cross. Yeah, the logo was sort of cleaned up. I think Chuck wanted to really move away from the typical death metal trappings, which had him very frustrated, I believe, as he wanted to go more in a different direction. So, really cool tracks on here. Living Monstrosity. This is also all killer, no filler. But these were the good days of 8 songs, and everything was just kick ass, you know. Not 14 songs, not 18 songs, not 2 double discs, you know. These days it's a bit of a muchness. So yeah, Spiritual Healing, Low Life, Genetic Reconstruction, Killing Spree, Defensive Personalities, one of my favorites. Altering the Future, and the opener, Living Monstrosity, as I said. Yes, what more can you want? Great stuff. Classic Edward Repka cover. Really love this. And I think the first 3 albums look so great when you put them together, you know. Scream Bloody Gore, Leprosy, and Spiritual. It's awesome. The graphic style changed after that. Chuck had a more sort of abstract art sort of look on the follow-up, Human, then Individual Thought Patterns and Symbolic. And thereafter he went for Travis Smith with Sound of Perseverance. But yeah, the classic death metal. If you're into old school death metal, you cannot miss this. Belongs in your collection, most definitely. Cool, that was Death Spiritual Healing. Check you out next time.